All right, so this one, I'm really gonna be showing you kind of everything that I'm doing on the weekends. So last vlog I posted was kind of just like a few other things that I do. So like, reviewing trade, and then obviously analysis on the weekend as well. I'm gonna show you everything I do as well. Kind of talk through everything I do. So I kind of like showed you like the B-roll, some of the other things that I do. But I'm gonna talk about everything that I do, why I do it, how I do it, the way that I do it. So let's get into it. But right now, just going to, do the normal routine of the morning. Do the normal routine of the morning. Do some forecasting, um, all that good stuff, and then, get through the stuff that I gotta do today. I would just kind of be normal that I would do every single day. So like back testing, that type of stuff, and then obviously I'll show you all the other training processes that I do on the weekend, just to kind of you know get better. So let's get into it. So we're starting this week off by showing you Friday night as I'm going through some analysis, going into the weekend. Obviously I went through all 7 pairs that I trade, but again, like the weekend before, don't want to show you all 7. I just picked out a couple that, I liked a lot, so I hope you enjoy them. All right, DXY. What do we see? I could throw this old trend line on, and we're breaking out of that. Throw this old trend line on, we're breaking out of that. We're gonna complete the 90% rule down here. So that means further dollar weakness. And does that make, what else does that make sense with? So I guess we throw this on top as well. And get that move down. So you can throw this on as well. So it could be a bit more expanding, right? This is all kind of speculative because we really don't know what it is yet. Like price could end up doing something completely different. It's all very speculative at this point, but I'm just going with what is currently happening, right? In April or back in September 2015. So that's very far back as we're on the weekly. So there's nothing saying that this has to hold, like this line down here, because who's to say that the traders from back in 2015, 2016 are even still in the market, even still paying attention to this trend line? But what I am paying attention to is this 90% rule, because that could be a good area to get some good dollar strength from. If I drag this back again, very tired after this week. Looking at what's currently going on, you can put this in, kind of a bit more squeezed together. But we could easily, so as we're already 1, 2, 3, right? Pop down, push up, flag, and push out. Kind of quote unquote go early, especially because we've already broken past this double bottom, right? We're in this area now. Yes, we're not down at this 90% rule, but we are in this double, this support and resistance area. As you can see, this chop, you can see it's between these two lines. So we came down, we've tagged that area now. We get a 1, 2, 3. So we could push up, form a flag, push up, form a flag. And obviously I don't trade the DXY, but this will have a little bit of bearing on, other things that I do trade, like Aussie USD, Euro USD, QUSD, USD CAD, USD JPY. Wow, I'm very tired. And obviously we don't have to like actually break it. So we could come down, tag this, push up, kind of create more of a, I should say, quote unquote, newer structure here. Let's just say it's expanding just for whatever reason. All right. And then at this point, what I mean by newer structure is if I pull this down, this is 1, 2, 3. You know, 1, 2, looking for 3 is what I mean. So 1, 2, looking for this third. So maybe get this nice middle section as well for this third down here. You know, more than 90% rule, like I was talking about before. And then we get that push up again, flag, push up, flag, push up. So, yeah, DXY looking for a bit of further weakness and then strength or just strength. Aussie USD. We've broken past this double top now. Right. The trend is to the upside, which is why the entire time on Aussie USD, I haven't really been looking to take a like just an entry off rejection. I've needed the market to step in and kind of show me that it's ready to go, give me that message that it might be ready to go. Because obviously the trend is currently up, correction up. The trend isn't super strong after this, but the trend is still currently up. So the path of least resistance is up. So I need the market to show me that is changing. Still broken above that double top. 1, 2, 3. If we drag this out, we just got that 3. Right, bottom is unimportant right now. But if you wanted to throw it in, I would say it's that kind of flat bottom right here. Right, you could also, if you drag this back, could also throw in again this newer pattern. Meaning it's very recent. It's on as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Adjust this and see that that's not completely right, or at least as I draw it. And then we go down and we see, okay, what do we have? So you get kind of what I was saying about waiting for that push down. Pushed up, impulsively, pushed up, impulsively, pushed up, came down correctively. So this could easily just fill this out, down again, and push up, or something like that. And basically all of this is just one running channel to continue this move that we were seeing to the upside, right, on the daily. So we look at it. So this could be this. We could form a nice running channel after we break above this to continue to the upside. That's fine. Look to enter that as well. And then also there's a good possibility that look at this for what's happening. Yeah. So if I go back, push up, double top, form this flag like so. Maybe not exactly like that, but form a flag. Kind of out in the middle here. I would look to take that because we are at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, push down after double top. I would look to take that. And then also say we just break past all of this, keep going before ever letting me get entered. If we get gated down here with an impulse correction, into that as well. Again, Y. 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Push down, correction. Cool. Right now, I don't really just draw. I don't put anything in the forecasting calendar. I kind of just draw everything and see what will make sense for me to take. And then obviously push up again, kind of more corrective. So push out here, push up there, up like so. All right, 1, 2, another 3. Then we get that push down. Look for that correction. Look to take that as well. QUSD, USD, JPY. If I delete this, so again, if I delete this, and go back out to the weekly, I can draw this in, and this in as well. So I could draw this as well, and here. Bang, bang. 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3. So at this point, what are we looking for? Well, we got to get down here. Didn't mean to get my contacts. We got to get down here to take an entry. Right? Because even though it's a clear structure, it's kind of just out there, right? And we have this override in here. All right, so that's a possibility. Now I'm looking at it, or possibly this one. But again, it's kind of a lot of an override, to be completely honest with you. I'd much rather see us come down here. Or at the very least, let's say that we do go for one of those overrides. I would honestly just prefer to wait for us to push up and kind of push up against one of these upper trend lines and look to take one of those trades, looking to break out of the trend line, out of these upper trend lines. So that's USD JPY, nothing really doing on that. And then GBP JPY, where I got cruelly tagged in and tagged right back out, like cruelly. But it is what it is. It's the market. So if I draw this in, and I draw this in as well, and I draw this in, and this in. So then we can see, adjust this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I forget that 1, 2, 3. What do? We break down. Cool. 4 hour. This is spottable on the daily. So if I go back out to the daily to draw this on, draw this like so. I keep clicking the wrong goddamn thing. Draw this in like so. Right. So then at this point, what do we have? What are we currently getting? Could get that, or currently be this. Where you get that 1, 2, 3 already. All right. But I think there's a problem that I have where I kind of adjust it so I can take a trade. So I'm going to go more parallel as I see it. 1, 2, 3. And so then at this point, I already got that double top. And the way that we got the double top is great as well. So if I draw this in, one, two, basically 3. So at this point, we already got that double top. We just form that flag. That's valid. Could also, being that it's Sunday and sometimes the market likes to settle its feet a little bit, could also pull back up and then push down, get that flag. Valid as well. shot. We'll form this flag as well. And if we drag this back, I put all right, 1, 2, 3. Type structure update. So because the beginning of most weekend days are the same, I decided to just show y'all some B-roll of me doing some back testing, as well as doing some analysis, which I'll show you later. And then also I wanted to show you today um, some things, so like back testing missed trades that I do, and also advanced self-review. So I kind of go into that and I talk about one missed trade in particular, where I talk about the fact that I missed it solely because I was, working, and, talk about the realities of trying to trade while having a 9 to 5 job, which is something I was actually talking about with another trading friend of mine recently. So I think it's an important topic to touch on, and I'll be doing more videos on that, specifically. So hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the advanced self review as well. So this is also on Saturday when I decided to backtest my missed trades, and I had some things come up, and couldn't get to it as quickly as I usually did, and so I had to wait a little bit until the afternoon. But it is what it is. That's life. So here's just some B-roll of me doing it, and I also stop and talk about one in particular, or I talk about one, that has to do with me working a 9 to 5 job. So hope you enjoy that, and hope it provides some value to you as well. All right, so I just want to talk about this one very quickly. So this is one where I wasn't asleep and I wasn't waiting for a better entry. I was actually looking, basically, and I'll delete this because I actually just changed the color of my charts, so I had to change the color of my lines, because like you can't really see this. I mean, you can, but like I don't know, it's kind of hard to see from where I sit. But getting back to this, I like this one. Getting back to this, so this was kind of one where I was actually just in training. I didn't have this line in here because it's not really that important. I was actually just in training, and I just couldn't be looking at the chart. Like I had to be paying attention in training for work, and this is kind of the reality of trading with a 9 to 5 job. Like this is something that I can't get around. Like this is going to happen. I guess if I want to put a top line in very quickly, I could put it here. This is something that's going to happen, and I have to accept it, and I can't like beat myself up over it. I'm still gonna log it and say like that's what happened, but I can't beat myself up over it, And on top of that, sometimes it means something like this could have just dropped out and made 10% easy, but I'm pretty sure this was like a loss, or no, not a loss, but yeah, this is just like not doing anything right now. But that's an entry that I missed, literally just because I was at work. And that's kind of one of the realities of trying to trade while you're at work. So, I mean, while you work a 9 to 5 job. So, definitely consider that sometimes, because, like, even though this is at like, no, it was at 1300, so this is like 2 p.m. my time. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have been on my lunch break anyway. But, like, yeah, regardless, I probably would have missed this even if I didn't have training. But, because I probably wouldn't have been on my lunch break, wouldn't have been able to be at the, check my phone or anything like that and place an entry. So, yeah, this is one that I just want to talk about again because it goes into trading while you have a 9 to 5 job. That's self review. And again, like I said, very quick, just because I only took one trade this week, and it was kind of just one of those ones where you just get tagged in by like, I think it was by like 2 pips, and you get tagged out. It is what it is. I don't think there's anything wrong with what I did, especially after doing my review earlier this morning. But yeah, so basically what I do is I go through, I look at profit, loss, break even, congruent with the plan, so I go through and I'll click the screenshot that I put in my Excel sheet. I like to keep my trade journal. So like the trades that I take in the Excel sheet, and then I'll do back testing in Notion just because like it's easier to do things like graphs and stuff in Excel for me. You know, I had to I was a finance major in college, so I had to use Excel at least at least somewhat in college, so I kind of understand it. So it's easier for me to do graphs and stuff like that um, in Excel. But Notion, I just like it for back testing, just because it's easy to just like copy a sheet and just be like, okay, new back testing thing. Use a new, you know, I guess topic that I want to back test. So let's get started with that, and then I'll just copy it, go down. But regardless, I just click the picture. So I look at it. Okay, look at it like this. Cool. What can I see? You know, that same type of thing where it's like I'm doing my deeper review that I've shown before. I'm just saying like, okay, what can I see about this trade? What do I like? What do I not like? That type of thing. And yeah, so with this one, what I liked was whether I went like this or I put the trend line like so, which is how I have it. Now, the most important thing is that we had come down to 1, 2, 3, and we pushed down, and we got another double top. And then after this larger double top, we got a second double top and a push down and a correction. So the pattern is kind of just an added element to it. So the fact that it got there in the form of a pattern is just a nice part. But like I would have liked this even if we got up there kind of impulsively and then got a double top and pushed down in a correction. So, either way, I would have liked this, but and that's why I'm saying the pattern doesn't really matter. Whether I do it from here or from here, that's kind of just an added element, kind of quote unquote an extra confluence. So I go through and I say, okay, is it congruent with my plan? This one, yes. I go direction, sell side. What's the, is it high probability or valid? This one, it's more valid. Um, you know, even though we got that third touch, because like I said, you could draw the trend line from here or from there. I can always just count those ones as valid just because it's like, to me, high probability is something where it's just like, nope, that's it. It's screaming at me. It can't be anything else but that, you know. Obviously like the market could do something else besides what I'm forecasting, but like what I'm saying is that area or the trend line or the pattern, like that type of thing. So this one I just marked as valid. And then phase, is it corrective? Is it impulsive? That's what I do. Is it probable? Is it possible? This kind of goes into high probability versus valid because oftentimes for me, what a valid trade is like, say for example, if we're looking at this one and I would have taken this, if we would have stopped at this double top, if I would have taken it from a double top there, that would have been valid. Or if I would have taken it from this double top here, because we're not at this double top, you know, of this third touch, that would have been more valid. And that would have been more possible as well. This is more probable, even though it got up, even though I'm still counting it as valid, it's still more probable just because like it's the third touch, 1, 2, 3. So probable versus possible. Then I go analysis. I literally would list out everything that I see. So this one, like I said, I can't see from here, but if I go to the other one that I have, so you can see from here, from the daily, we're in a larger impulse. Well, you can't even really see it from the daily, but I know from forecasting the same thing over and over with GBP, JPY for these past like month or so, we have a nice push down daily correction, like flag, and we have a smaller push down flag mimicking it inside that one, right? And so then we're at the double top of that. So then if I look at the 1 hour, you can also see 1, 2, 3, bang, 1, 2, 3. So that's the type of thing that I would say in my analysis, like, so I'm saying in this case, impulse tight correction from a double top of a completed ascending 1, 2, 3 at a double top of a larger push down flat completed flag correction inside a larger daily push down completed flag correction. Then analysis, I would talk about, management, I would talk about, okay, did I try to use, was I trying to be quick to get to break even or a little bit more relaxed. And I have different names for that. Just, literally one is saying like, oh, I'm going to be more relaxed. The other one's saying I'm going to be quicker to get to break even. And I just, list that down. Then again, I would list the screenshots just to confirm what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to just tell myself that I took a good trade and then not actually like check it with the screenshots, because I try to go through and not just review my trade journal, but also review my ASR to make sure that like what I'm seeing or what I'm saying I would take again in my trade journal, I'm also seeing those same things in my ASR. Because, obviously, for example, if I said something wasn't congruent with my plan in my ASR, but for some reason I said, while going through and reviewing my trade journal, I would take this again, then I know there's some disconnect there and there's something I need to reconcile. One of those things is wrong, and I need to talk about which one is wrong. Then last one is just a lesson. Say, okay, with this one, no real lesson. If I'm gonna take a loss, I really like this area and the confluences. And it was a tag in, tag out. So it is what it is. Moving on. And that is me doing my ASR. And I'm sorry if you heard anybody yell there. Family is watching a Saints game. And last thing is what's called my weekly reflections. So my weekly reflections, again, kind of just talk about what I thought about the week overall. And so with this week, I said, quiet week, and I kind of just name it what I thought about the week. Then we got, I do the Sunday that I'm writing the weekly reflection on, because I do it every Sunday. And I said whether I'm excited going into the next week, whether the past week makes me excited going into the next week, or stuff like this. And this is all something that my time spent with Falcon Trading Guidance was provided to me. So the kind of trade center thing, and I kind of just took it. And he was like, oh, just like name it your own thing and like personalize it and all that kind of stuff. So, that was kind of what I did. And, there were some things that I kind of just leave as they were, as I got them. So, like the weekly reflections is one that I just leave as it was. I think it was good the way that it was provided to us through Falcon. I added ASR just because I like to do it a certain way. And, back test is pretty much I keep it the same way. In the forecasting calendar as well. Obviously, I don't really watch content as much now. And then also, I keep the 1% tweaks the same way. So, yeah. But other than that, I would just go through and say, okay, I thought this week, even though it was a quiet week, and it was quality because I showed a lot of patience to wait for more quality opportunities. Also, not only that, I was tagged in and tagged out of a trade, but I would take this trade again. That is the nature of trading. So, those are kind of the other things that I do, and kind of the complete things that I do. So, like, you saw me do my forecasting, and I'm going to do my last round of that now. My forecasting, obviously some back testing. I do that every single day. Back testing my missed trades, going through ASR, which I just showed you, and my weekly reflection. So it's kind of like everything that I do on the weekend. And I try to do a lot of extra back testing on the weekend. So, like, I have a certain amount of back testing that I like to do every single day. Like, kind of one of those things where it's like, if you do at least something every single day, you're going to get better, you're going to improve. So, I have a certain amount of back testing that I like to do every single day. But on the weekends, I like to try to do like more than that, and maybe backtest some different things that I'm not really like regularly backtesting, because I try to focus on certain things for a while backtesting, because I've learned, like, for me, that's the way that I learn best, is like if I focus on one thing for like a few months or like a month or so or like 2 months, then I really come to better understand it, and then I can kind of take that to the market and then like move on, start moving on to backtesting the next thing. So that's kind of what I like to do on the weekends. And like, after I do my forecasting, I'm gonna try to do some like extra back testing, like back testing cryptos. And yeah, and so stuff like that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this vlog, and let's join me again for another one. Yeah, I'm gonna see how this next one's gonna go. I might do something a little bit different. Gotta figure out what to do. But yeah, and I apologize for looking so tired. I am beat. I had a crazy week of training for work, and I have just been very, very tired all weekend. But it is what it is. I'd rather kind of just try to push through the tiredness now, So later on in life, I can kind of like not be this tired when I have kids and like, or maybe even if I'm just this tired, like I'm tired for things that like are kind of only important to me. Like work is cool, but I don't, I don't think anybody would be surprised if I said I didn't want to work, a 9 to 5 corporate thing for the rest of my life. And, I don't really have any problem saying that. So yeah, it is what it is. But again, apologize for looking so tired. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the vlog for this weekend and join us again next time.